Hey guys, it's Drewella. So today we're going to do our first episode of Drewella Talks. We're actually going to be doing abusive relationships or abuse. We're going to talk about the story that I went through that was pretty bad. So before we jump into my story, I'd like to first say if you're going through, all of my personal pages are going to be linked below. So if you need somebody to talk to, you need advice, anything, reach out to me. Okay, we are going to call my ex Diego because I like that name and because I'm not going to disclose any names in this. I'm doing this because for one, it needs to be talked about, and for two, I know too many people in similar situation waiting for it to get better, and that's where we're gonna start. I was in a bad relationship before Diego with, we're gonna call him Connor. Connor's story we're gonna cut short. Connor's story is a whole nother story that we could really do, but we'll go ahead and leave out Connor for now. But either way, ladies, let's just start with I met Diego on Facebook. Now, keep in mind, I thought Diego was so cute. He was giving me attention, and I was in a position where I felt like I needed a hero. Connor was horrible, and Connor had a lot of the same abuse cycles that Diego did. The first red flag with Diego should have been, this boy didn't have a driver's license or a fucking vehicle, and he was, 21, 22? A lot of people have things that go on in their life that it takes you a little while to get things going, moving. Some people don't have the same opportunities as others, but I feel like at this age, you should at least have the license. Diego was supposed to have a friend bring him down to meet me because I wasn't going to go by myself. The day of, my friend decides he can't go with me. I was just so excited to meet Diego. I had just gone through all this shit with Connor and just Diego was too good to be true. I just really wanted to go. What did I do? I drove my ass down there 2 hours away by my fucking self and brought Diego to Houston. Diego was really nice at first. Of course, who's not going to be nice at first? You just met somebody. Why wouldn't you be nice? He was very nice. He seemed very caring. He was like, oh, I'm going to fill up your gas tank. So romantic. And that was pretty much, he stayed here for like a weekend. We hung out at my friend's house, same friend that was supposed to go. That was it. He was nice. Now, where I fucked up was, of course, Diego had to go back home. We lived 2 hours apart. Well, Diego was all like, we should get married. I'm so sorry, Mom. And that's where I was like, yeah, that's such a great idea. Looking back, that was a horrible idea. And to be honest with you, on the way there, we argued. My friend was in the back seat, our witness. We argued the whole time on the way up there. And I just knew, and it was a bad idea. And I knew I didn't want to do it, but I had agreed to it. And Diego had some other issues that we will talk about that made me feel so bad. Whenever he had first brought it up, I was like, yeah, but I was just he's this really cute boy, likes me, I'm fat, I'm insecure, nobody's gonna like me anyway kind of thing. I struggle with this eating disorder bullshit. It's really hard for somebody to like me. So if somebody really cute likes me, then okay, I'll marry him. I'm so sorry, Mom. It's gonna be this whole video. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. She knew. The first big red flag. Diego had come down. I want to say this was the weekend after that weekend. He was going with me to get something that I needed from Connor. Now, Connor was a very violent person. Connor was very, I'm gonna beat you up. This is my girl. This is my girl. Over the phone, Diego was very, like, oh, I'll beat him up if he hurts you, if he touches you again. Nobody lays their hand on a girl. Just like, that's fucked up. We're gonna get your shit. Don't worry, baby. It's gonna be okay. Hero. I'm going with it. Whatever. And we show up to get my stuff. And, I told Diego to stay in the car. This doesn't need to be conflict. In fact, Connor says that I can just come to the door and Connor's mother will hand me my debit card and my cell phone. And that's gonna be it. She's gonna hand me my stuff and we're gonna leave. So we get there and his mom does come out of the door and she hands me my stuff. So I turn around to leave. There's like this thud noise and his mom's yelling, Connor, now. Well, Connor runs outside to my car and I stood in front of my car door because Diego's sitting in the passenger side because his bum ass can't drive. Connor's trying to get to Diego, like through my vehicle. So I'm standing in the way, and what does Connor do? Nothing out of the ordinary. He picks me up and slams me into the concrete, and Diego sits, watches. Diego did not move from his seat. In fact, he froze. And Connor was beating on my vehicle saying, get out, I'm gonna beat your ass, whatever. And so I crawl with my little bloody palms to my vehicle. I get in and I drive off. And of course, Connor's like running after the car, trying to get in front of the car, trying to get the car to stop so he can get Diego out, whatever. That should have been my first red flag. This bitch just threw me and you didn't do anything. Nothing. And in fact, I was only there getting thrown because I was trying to take There's our first little should have been red flag. We're gonna get married, whatever. He came and moved down into Houston with me and my friends who let us stay with them. It was somebody that I had known and his girlfriend, so I did trust them. We move in with them and everything's going pretty good. Now by this time, I don't know where to put it in there because it's not necessarily relevant, but Diego's already lost 2 jobs. Diego cannot hold a job. Diego does not pay for much at all. Your girl is raising this boy. And then one day, literally out of the fucking blue, Diego is like, I don't love you. And I'm moving back to where I'm from 2 hours away. And I was in shock because I don't know what you're talking about. Like, everything's been fine. We don't really fight. What's going on? Well, he's moving out and he doesn't love me anymore. So, of course, I'm like a mess. Everything is whatever at this point. Like, we had gone through a little fighting spurt. Whatever. We're already married. We have to make this work somehow. So I freak out and I spend like days crying because he immediately that night, same night that he tells me this, he has one of his little friends come and pick him up. And then while he's out there, he's like telling me, that he made a mistake. He loves me. He's gonna come back in a week or whatever. So he loses his job that he has down here while he's out there because he doesn't tell anybody shit. He just leaves. Then, in a week, whenever he does come back, he decides he wants me back. So I should be happy, right? But for whatever reason, I just wasn't ecstatic whenever he came. So to get through this portion of the story, this just needed to be inserted. We're not gonna pull it out yet. So he calls, he gets his job back, he talks to his manager, comes up with God knows what excuse he used, but he gets his job back. Then we end up having a falling out with these people very quickly. Guess what the fallout was due to? Diego's mouth. Pissing off everybody. Okay, so that should have been another red flag, the fact that he can't get along with anybody at all ever, and it's now costed just 2 living situations. So then we move in with my ex-stepdad, which was weird, but I'm glad we did it. That didn't last too long. That's when some more warning signs that I paid attention to came along. Diego got very hateful when we lived there. Now, keep in mind, we move out there, it's in the middle of nowhere, Diego loses his job again, so here I am again, stressed, because I am the one paying my car note, phone bill, the rent that I agreed to pay living there, groceries, I'm the one cleaning up everything because he's also a giant pig, and whatever. But anyways, this is whenever he started to get more mean. He, I was a stupid bitch, I was a dumb cunt, everything you can think of, that was me, and I just kind of dealt with it. Whenever we lived there, up until this point, I was still driving him out as often as we could to go and see his child that he had with another girl. And that's 2 hours away that I have to drive him, and she refuses to bring this child here, which for obvious reasons that I wasn't fully aware of yet. We're going down there as often as we can to see this kid, as often as I have free time, because you never cared to get a driver's license. You never saved up to get a car. You made things so hard for the mother that she doesn't trust you here with the kid. It was a mess. And most of the time I was the one contacting her and getting us down there, figuring out the plans. We end up having to move out of my ex-stepdad's house. He's moving. So he's no longer going to be living there, so we need to move. At this point in time, I was like, you need to find a job. So he ended up finding one because he knew somebody at a gym. We moved out to be around that gym so that way he would be able to walk to work. So basically, we move into this guy who works out at the gym's house. But he was the only place we really had to go at the point. It was really hard. We had like the smallest little bedroom. We just kind of had to make it work. But it was actually whenever we lived here with this guy that more and more started to show. But this is where we are in the point where he started getting more physical. So it started, of course, with grabbing my wrist and progressed into frequent once a week where he would pin me up against a wall and choke me, and he'd be screaming, hateful, scary things. I hate you, I'm gonna kill you. He would tell me things like nobody wanted to be with me. So I guess it really started to get bad one night specific. We went to a party, but I remember that we came back and we were pissed and we were arguing in the car. I was telling him, that I was gonna leave him and I deserve better than him. I'm a bad bitch or whatever. And that was whenever I tried to get out of the car, but I still had on my seatbelt, and he just turned and started wailing on my legs, of all things. I'll insert a picture. God, he got so mad because I was like trying to crawl out of the car while he was punching me, and I was screaming. It was like 3 a.m. It was bad. I knew that I didn't want to be with him anymore, but I needed to figure it out. The financial situation, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I don't want to move back in with my mom. It's really far. I don't want to have to tell my father anything about this at all. And that's it. I don't really have a lot of friends. This is hard. the guy that we live with, he's about to move back to Florida to be with his wife. So now, once again, we have to figure something out. So we just applied to live in the place, like it was like townhomes. We applied to live there where we were staying with him and did get approved. So we were able to move out and into our own place before he left. So that was great. Very, very quickly into that, it was a lot of stress. Me mostly paying for everything. You know, we only have the one vehicle. Sure, he's in distance where he can walk to work, but he doesn't want to work to work. I had saved up, we had worked seasonal, another job, and between that and just me trying to save what I can, we had saved up as much as we could because we were going to get him a vehicle. So we have a savings account. Keep that in mind for a vehicle. My uncle paid for him to take driver's school. Had this driving course that my uncle bought him. It probably took him 4 months because he wouldn't start it and he wouldn't do it. So finally I was like, do the fucking course. So I did all those for him. He didn't even do the full course. I guess we'll just get more into like the abusive parts. So the way he talked to me was definitely one. He would do something horrible to me. It was always, I swear on my mother's graves, or I swear on my mom's grave, I'm not lying. I swear on my mom's grave, his mother had no longer been with us and his father was never really present from what I understood. You guys have no idea how mad that shit made me when every one of them became lies. Because how are you going to swear on your mother's fucking grave? You piece of shit. He would use his mother's passing against me to kind of make me feel bad, to manipulate me. He would tell me, you know, like, I don't have a car, I'll just walk there, fine, we'll break up, I'll just walk back to 2-hour away place. I'm gonna kill myself, I have no friends, nobody's gonna like you anyway. So anyways, the worst part, I guess, or the worst time situation, we had been out 2 hours away visiting his child. And at this point, I already know, and I'm so stupid, guys. I'm so stupid for staying. Because at this point, I already know he's been cheating on me. How do I know that? Because his baby mama came and told me that he was cheating on me with her. And I still stayed. Why? I don't know. If you're in a situation like this, I understand it is hard to leave. You have 10,000 reasons. Your marriage, your house, your kids, your finances. Life will be hard for a little while, and it fucking will. But please, if you were in something like this, leave. Because I wasted 2 years of my life letting this thin-ass little boy who wanted me to fight his fights for him smack me around, choke me, and cheat on me. We're driving back and I say something like, you know, like, why don't I just turn around and you can just fucking stay with her, or something like that. And what happens? I turn to look at him while I'm driving down the fucking freeway and he decks me right in the fucking face, right here. This is where my nice little bruises were. He also didn't like being caught lying. Whenever he came down to Beaumont that time, which that whole like, I don't love you, I'm leaving to Beaumont thing happened 2 or 3 times. It happened more than once. And she would tell me, oh, whenever he was down here, she would tell me parts. She'd be like, he's massaging me. Oh, he tried to kiss me. Oh, he stayed here. And I was just like hurt, but I'm glad she's telling me. Thank you for telling me. You should ask him what else happened. He should be the one to tell you. And I would ask him and he would say things like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember. I'm crazy, guys. At this point, I'm crazy, but I'm not really crazy. And if you're going through this, you're not crazy. Girls or boys, whoever you are, whichever one of these you are you the abused or the abuser? If you are the abused, you start to get mad jealousy issues. You start to not trust. You want to see what's going on in their life, their phone. You want to know where they're at, who they're with. You are not crazy. They have made you like this. That is a normal reaction, you guys. And I am really sorry that you're to that point, because I've been to that point and been told I was crazy the entire fucking time. And I wasn't crazy. I was right. One time I was, you know, going through the whole I'm gonna leave you thing, and I was like, you've been talking to her and I know it. And he was like, no, I haven't. And I was like, okay, well then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go home and plug the laptop into the TV using the HDMI cable and pull up the laptop screen on the TV, where I go to tmobile.com and pull up his texting record, to where we see he is sending messages, receiving messages from this number that is her number. And I was like, let's count how many are on a page. 50. So there are 50 proofs of messages at times. There are 50 messages on 49 pages this month, and you don't remember a single time? That got me choked though. So it was lies. It's all full of lies. They're gonna be lying to you, and I know you're tired of the lies. It was literally, I don't remember. You don't remember anything. And from there, people, you will get stuck in this cycle, okay? They get caught lying. They get caught cheating. They hit you. They hurt you. I'm so sorry. I love you. I feel bad. This is never gonna happen again. It's gonna be okay. I love you more than anything. I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change. They are not gonna change, girl. Okay. If he has hit you, if he's laying his hands on you, he's not gonna change. I don't know how often or how many times you need to hear this, and I know that it sucks, and I know that it's hard to get out, but they're not gonna fucking change. And what the fuck? He ended up getting fired from this gym. The real reason that he got fired was because he would make comments to girls and make them uncomfortable. Mr. I Look So Good was harassing people. We were to the point already where I wouldn't work out with him. I couldn't stand it because he was always checking out bitches in front of me. Like, I'm there. I have this whole eating disorder problem. I'm trying to get past it. I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to get fit. I'm trying to look better. I'm trying to feel better. And he is always checking out a much bigger girl. Is anything wrong with bigger girls? No, but like, you don't have to blatantly check somebody out in front of me, okay? I fucking get it. So he gets fired. And of course, you need to find another job in walking distance. You're really like fucking yourself here. There ends up being a pizza shop that opens up, a specific pizza shop that closes 10 o'clock every day. So he starts working at this pizza shop. And at this point, we are very distant. I can't stand him. You know, I'm tired of him hitting me. I'm tired of him cheating on me. I'm tired of him choking me. I'm tired of it all. I'm tired of living like scared of everything. One, I don't want to piss you off. Two, I kind of want to piss you off. This is the sad part. I kind of want to piss you off because you're nice to me afterwards. After you hit me, you are so nice to me that I kind of want you to hit me so you'll be that nice. Isn't that fucked? Kind of distant, but whatever. Nights that I'm home, I go and pick him up from work because it's the right thing to do. Not like it's far from the house, and it'll take you a lot less time to get home if I go pick you up than if you just walk home. Then it eventually became, I would let him borrow my car. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Mom. He would still, with a vehicle, be coming home at 2 or 3 a.m. And I didn't really pay much mind to it. He would just tell me, oh, you know, like we were super busy today and it took us forever to clean up. Until finally, somebody so smart and wonderful in my life was like, Kelsey, they close at 10. How long do you think it takes to close a pizza shop? And I was like, oh, fuck, you're right. You're right. And of course, no surprise, once we did end up publicly splitting, he was already sleeping with somebody at his job, but he was already sleeping with her before. So whatever. You know, you end up in these relationships and you don't know what to do or how to get out. You try everything. I tried everything. I tried telling him, you know, I don't think I'm bi. I think I'm a lesbian. And he would tell me that I could just go have sex with girls and come back and it would be okay because I guess realistically looking back at it, I was what held a roof over his head. I was what paid for everything, and I was who drove him around. He needed me to be there. You know what I mean? So of course he's gonna say and do everything he can to fix shit. So one day, and this is how I got out of it because I feel like this needs to be in the story too, I decided that I was gonna leave. So I called a couple of friends and said, let's go to the bar and get drunk. So we did. And that night I came home smashed, okay? And I worked the next morning. But I literally woke up and he was already up in the kitchen. And I was just like, hey, you know, we can talk about this later because I gotta go to work. But we need to split. We need a divorce. ASAP. And he didn't really fight it. Like, he got really upset, but was kind of like, okay. And I feel like this was the persona that he put on at the end of the relationship because now he knew I was leaving for sure and he had to do one last thing to ensure that I was the evil one. I, you know, filed papers and everything that I needed to do to get it legalized or whatever, finalized immediately. I immediately started going out to friends' houses, staying wherever that wasn't really my house, unless I absolutely needed to. Now, we did have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, so he was able just to go into the other bedroom, which, God, I skipped over all that. We had so many roommates that didn't work out because they all hated Diego. Yeah, like I said, like, I finally left. I was like, yes, like, I'm not with him anymore. The abuse is over. No, it wasn't, because that's whenever all the rumors started. Everything that he would say about me. So this boy told everybody, and everybody believed that I was cheating on him the entire time. That I stole all of his money, and I was the reason that he didn't have a relationship with his child. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, first of all, you were the one that cheated on me the entire time. Like, guys, it was to the point, and please don't be embarrassed to do this, guys. I went and got tested right after I left Diego because I knew he had been sleeping around. I knew he wasn't the smartest, and God knows if he didn't have protection, he probably wasn't using it. And then whenever I did have relations with him every once in a while, I wasn't about to catch anything. So that was the first thing I did also, or after I left, was I went and got tested. which thank God it came back great. But, you know, like, that's fucking scary to have that fear of, I need to go make sure I'm clean because you were horrible to me. Anyways, I had to say that. As far as the finances went, first of all, I was the one who made every money, so I should have taken absolutely every single thing I had saved up in that savings account. But I didn't because I felt bad, because I knew that we were saving money for a vehicle. And I felt like, to be honest with you, I felt like if I was nice, then he would let me sign off the lease and I wouldn't have to worry about that anymore, which worked. I did end up getting off of the lease, thank God. But I left almost everything in that apartment that was mine. My family gave us every stitch of furniture in that apartment, and I left all of it. I think except the bed. I might have taken my bed that we did buy. But guess with whose money? Mine. Yeah, I did take the bed. I took some clothes, some belongings. But as far as that savings account that I was telling you guys about went, I took half of it, exactly half of it. I had managed to save $4,000, and I took 2, and I left him 2. And he told everybody that I took all of it and everything out of the apartment and left him with nothing. First of all, go to the apartment. Second of all, I had the deposits to prove what I took, the bank accounts to prove what I took. Whenever all this went down, I was so tired of these rumors that I called him on the Bluetooth in my vehicle and asked him about every single one of them individually. Why are you telling people I'm cheating on you if you're the one that cheated on me? Why are you telling people I took all the money? Did I not do this? I'm just trying to set everything straight. I get him to admit that every single thing he said was a lie. First of all, he's shitty. And as far as him trying to blame not seeing the kid on me, I feel like that one's kind of all over the place, because yes, I did stop taking him to see his child, but it's your child. Find a way to go see your kids. Take a bus out there. Have a friend come and get you like you did all the time she went to cheat on me. Get a fucking license. Go see your kid. That's not my fault that there's nothing other than me allowing you, or that you're not doing anything to go see your kid. It's not my fault. You don't want to take initiative and, you know, accept fault or something. The point is, guys, please, if you are in a situation, ladies or gentlemen, where, you know, you are getting, it can be, my abuse story is, you know, it's physical, it's emotional, it's verbal, all of it I went through. And there was no way for me to go into every detail on here because, I mean, this has to be uploaded publicly and I can't really repeat a lot of the things that were said. Just know there are many types of abuse. You know, these are just the ones that I went through. There's physical, emotional, verbal, spiritual, financial. There's so many types of abuse, okay? And none of them are okay. And if somebody is putting their hands on you, if they are comfortable enough to hurt you, I don't care how many times they say that they're sorry. I don't care how many times they say it is never gonna happen again. They're gonna change. They're not gonna be that way. It's bullshit. Because I have been with 3 individual men who have all, Connor didn't punch me. Connor never punched me. Connor would throw me around, and Connor would push me to the ground, and Connor would spit on me and hold me down. We'll leave that there. But Connor never punched me. But the other 2, yeah, they definitely did. And one of them started when I was 18 years old. So what I'm saying is, like, these people do not fucking change, you guys. If you were in a situation like that, get out. I know it's hard. You have 20,000 reasons. You're embarrassed. Finances, your house, your child. Life will be different. It's scary. Change is scary. Change is so fucking scary. But you know what? It is worth it, because you would not believe where I am now. You would not believe the way that I am treated now. The person that I am with, I could not have been with ever if I would have stayed in the situation I was in. This person I'm with, he has watched me go through 2 of those. He watched me through Connor. He helped me get out of Connor at one point. He's dealt with Connor problems. But none of this that I have now would have been possible if I would have stayed where I was. I had so many reasons. Let me tell you, one of the bigger reasons I had too was my family. I didn't know what they'd say, I didn't know what they'd think, and I was embarrassed. My mom definitely did that. But she welcomed me. She didn't care. Of course she knew she was right. She knew that the whole time. I hid everything that went on from my family because, I don't know, I was embarrassed. I was trying to force things to be right. I still needed to bring him around for the time being. If people knew how bad he was, they wouldn't have let him around. And you know what completely blows my mind is I have a few people in my family who are very, no, we hate women beaters or whatever. And one reaction that I got from somebody specific that I've never let go of, and it still rings in my fucking ears, is let bygones be bygones. That is what I was told when I told this specific person that I had dealt with Diego, smacking me around, choking me, cheating on me. Let bygones be bygones. No, get the fuck out. Get out of what you are in, because it could cost you your life. I see things every day on Facebook about how these girls are in the hospital and, you know, they're sharing these pictures of their faces swollen, unrecognizable, bloody, and telling their story about all of the warning signs and all of the times that they should have left but didn't, for all of the same reasons or for different reasons, you know, but whatever, for their reasons, and then they end up almost dead. Or you know what, we fucking see the cases where you do end up dead. You need to get out of that relationship. If you are stuck in something, please reach out to me. Please, I'm gonna leave the hotline number in here, 1-800-799-SAFE or 7233. Call it, talk to these people. They're counselors, they're there for this. This is what they're there for. If you need help and coming up with a plan, okay, but you need to tell somebody and you need to get out. If you catch yourself thinking, if you're in a relationship, you're in a situation, they're doing something, they're saying something to you, and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, this is not okay, that's probably because it is not okay. That is probably because you don't need to be there. Listen to mad you. Whenever it's going on and you're running around and like, I'm so mad, I'm gonna leave you, I hate you, blah, blah, blah. That's you need to listen to. Don't listen to you that's like, saying anything else. Oh, he's sorry. Oh, he's gonna change. Oh, she didn't mean it. Oh, she'll get better. Oh, she's just stressed. I can understand people getting mean and mad and saying hateful things and not meaning it, okay? But once you can put your hands on someone, once you can inflict pain purposely, more than once, it's not gonna change. And it's sad because I was reading statistics earlier and I think it said 1 in 4 men will experience abuse in their relationship and 1 in 3 women will. Get out. That's all I can say. If you have children in this situation, read the statistics, dude. They're more likely to end up in abusive relationships, whether they're the abused or the abuser. They're more likely. Deal with it or cause it. We don't think that they're watching, they're watching. Okay guys, so I know that this was kind of all over the place. If you have any questions, you want any clarity, comment below. I am more than willing to answer anything. I know so much of this got left out. 1, because I don't know how to tell a fucking story. 2, because there's just so much. Like this, you have to keep in mind. This relationship lasted right around 2 years and this all started 4 months in. It was a lot. And I made it. I lived through it and I got out of it and I need you to do the same. So again, comment below. Please be sure to like this video. Please share the shit out of this video because if this reaches 1 person, just 1, and they think to themselves, wow, that's kind of like what I've been through, and then they get out, that was all I wanted to accomplish. So if you're watching this and any of this sounds familiar, please get out, please get help, please tell someone, do something, please. Be sure to subscribe, guys. Check out my other videos. Check out my Patreon. Thank you again for watching. Get out.